Okay. Do we fix it? I think we're live. Okay. All right. I think we're back now. Sorry about that, guys. YouTube has not been. It's for some reason YouTube and streaming never work for me. So. All right, we're back. We're back. We are on the asteroid field. I did find out what the issue was as well. It's because I have it. This is actually my first time streaming from my new computer. Looks like a Blackbird or something. It's kind of a. Mog. His name's Mog. I didn't know that. Oh, he's not the Sith Lord. We've had several hells in Star Wars. We have hell in Episode 4, hell in Episode 5. Why are they bringing this dude in at the last minute? He's kind of cooking. Would have been a good Plagueis voice. Gonna be annoyed if this guy ends up being a Sith Lord because he was literally just introduced. Wow. He was mentioned in a past video, or a past episode. Trellick. Invited to a tribunal, eh? Let's see, these scenes are like lit quite well. They look nice. Would have been nice to have more, I think, on Coruscant. So, is he just freeballing under that thing? Cool looking ship. Oh, there's a hand. Well, there he is. That's gotta be Plagueis for sure. It's gotta be, right? I hope that's not all we get of him. I looked a lot like him. Just a little more kind of creature-like than I might have expected. I hope he's in the rest of the episode. Fuck. Yeah, he actually looks pretty good. I mean, he was half behind a pillar, but I gotta watch it with descriptive audio on later. He was in the Goon Cave. Hey, Murph. What did you think? Is that Darth Plagueis? Hmm? Is that Darth Plagueis? Alien from Sides. Yeah. The episode's about 40. It says 49 minutes, so. What do you think, bud? This is where you fucked everything up. I like Master Saul, but he's got to die, right? Like, I don't see how he can. How he can make it out of here. Everybody in Star Wars is just always shouting someone's name. Nothing else. I mean, I've seen it done. Oh, we're getting the second musical tie-in now. Kind of reminds me of when Maul and I don't remember where they went. Maul and Ezra went to. Oh, there she is. I don't remember where they went, and they found like the chest, the Night Sister chest, with all the spirits in it. You guys remember that? You guys remember that, right? Oh, did you forget I could float? Yeah. Why is Pip cool with this? Oh yeah, she reset him. I forgot she reset him. Star Wars musical? That's the holiday special. It was a musical. It's her bed. I don't know. I mean, the show's really not too woke. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's got the gay witches, I guess, but they're not. It's like two gay characters. I mean, the holiday special. I I think you'd call it a musical special. Yeah. Oh, here we go. I'm pretty pumped for this fight, actually. The holiday special is not even like fun. It's just it's boring. Like it's legit boring. This reminds me of the corridor fight on Mustafar. That was cool. Dude just did a Bloodborne weapon swap there. There was also that musical episode of Rebels too. Damn, he almost lost a hand there. Oh, that was cool. I do like the Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. I don't know. I meant to say martial arts combat, not Mortal Kombat. Although we might have a Mortal Kombat moment in a minute here. Oh, no. That's pretty cool. Like, I don't know. It's nice to see martial arts in a fight like that. That's pretty cool. The Rebels musical episode, the one where they're taking down the Imperial intelligence cruiser. Should have got more of that in the show. Too old. Too old you were. No. Oh, yeah, no, he did, right. Damn, they do be scrapping. They got some Akira music going here. Huh. Oh, he's gonna turn it off. He's gonna turn it off. Watch. I knew it. Oh. She's pissed. Bro, if you'd have just shut up, she probably would have felt her anger. She just busted that shit. The Sith have this awful the Sith have this awful habit of like saying the wrong shit and like busting Jedi out of their evil trance. We're not gonna see Darth Plagueis fight in this, are we? Your mother's spooky ghost power. Nah. Very few have been this powerful. I wonder who else. You didn't see the spooky ghost to think she did. Good question. It's true. I really like Soul. He's a great character. We saw Plagueis a bit earlier. Damn, she's powerful. She can do that. Soul's getting choked out right now. He's crying. Oh, she's bleeding his lightsaber as she does it. Osha's choking him. So his lightsaber probably didn't break. It probably just knocked the cover off so we could see that happen. Yeah, she's nasty. Damn, she straight up killed him. Damn, dude. I'm pouring another glass. Soul, great character. Really like him. Let's go Rangers. Agreed. Squid Game over, yeah. Oh. Oh, that was cool. It's like her lightsaber is like blue, but it's turning red. She's just that's cool. She's nasty, man. She's nasty. Now all the Jedi just showed up, including Vernestra. I knew she knew him. I knew it. I knew that was a whip mark on his back. She just sensed him. I'm going to skip the ads. YouTube wants to run ads. I'm going to stop it. Another Eckhart's Ladder theory come to fruition. You guys, this is why you should be subscribed. Is Saul actually dead, or is he... I just scanned it. There's no post-credit scene. It's been pretty good. It's been alright. If you didn't like it, you won't like this episode. Probably. Very Empire Strikes Back like moment here. So, I think what they're going to do is she obviously knows Khmer somehow. She doesn't know he's a Sith. She probably thinks he's a fallen Jedi. She's like, God damn. They were not telling me the truth. Click. I mean, they definitely could have went more than 5 kilometers, but... Brick, you don't have Disney Plus? Or you're working or something? He definitely knows her. Should be on torrent site soon. I mean, I didn't say that. But I said it. Go on, Basil. Tinin. Speaks Tinin. She came to that tree. We saw that. I got a burp. Excuse me. I hope I got that with the cough button. I think I did. Yeah, how do you set a perimeter wall? I guess they were fanning it. That's a little trucker. He just really likes sniffing people's stuff. So can the Jedi's weird little ferret thing. You a Jedi tracker, Murph, huh? You want to track a Jedi? Come here. You want to track a Jedi? Hmm? You want to track a Jedi? Huh? Yeah. Let's go track the Jedi. Yeah. Come here. Come up. Come up. Damn, that's convenient. That's very convenient force power to have right now. I mean, it's a good thumbnail right there. Basil's key to all of this. So my car tire popped on the highway today, which is a lot of fun. She's getting Darth Revened. Wait, she'll just be a strange girl in a moment. She's gonna get with that Men in Black light. Well, it sucked, but also when I was changing it out, I don't know. We're at the climax of the show. I should probably shut the fuck up. Look at the flowers. Look at the flowers. The plug-in hybrid doesn't even come with a spare. Is that just due to space restrictions or something? Damn, she's forgetting. Looks like Joe Biden on debate night. Bro, I don't even know who I am. Coruscant looks really cool. Wish we could have spent more time here. Plagueis was just goleming it up in a cave, eating fish and shit. I do like that outfit though. Also, those wondering about the rebel, it's a good theory, Charlie. For those wondering about the rebel symbol, it's just so that looks a lot like Palpatine's chair. I do like her outfit. It's cool. Flock of seagulls, classic. Damn, dude. I hate this show so much. I not only binged it, but I skipped ahead in the final episode to get to the ending. The Chancellor's an Abonito, or that's what she's going with? Makes sense, I suppose. I don't think she believes it, though. Master Saul is in Tilted Towers. He got clipped from far away. I don't know whether she truly believes this or not. She at least knows who's who. Ah, I knew it. I knew it. They're setting up season 2 also. She's just saying that Chimera is her apprentice. Or pupil, she said. Damn, he's holding her hand. going to go see Betcha Yoda. Yep. Saw a little bit of the back of Yoda's head. That's all she wrote. It was alright. I want to take a look at let's take a look at Plagueis again. I'm going to turn audio descriptions on so I can hear how they describe it for blind people. All right, let's see. Ghastly elongated head. That's how they describe the creature. Pretty clear to me that that's meant to be Plagueis, obviously. I also think, based on how he's sneaking, that whatever oh, here, I'll put him up on screen if you guys want. Just a second. Let me figure out how I can do this. I'm a little tech illiterate today. Display capture. Let's put that up to the top. There. Disney, don't give me a hard time here. So, that's him. So it's pretty clear to me what's happening now. The Acolyte, you know, Leslie Headland described it kind of as like she's always interested in how the Acolyte finds, or how the apprentice finds someone to help take down their master. So clearly, whatever Kamir is doing here, he thinks he's being all slick, right? I'll play it again, don't worry. He's got long ass fingers. So Chimera thinks he's being slick. He's not. Plagueis is onto him. Chimera probably thinks that his master doesn't know about this planet. And he's you know, he's trying to find someone to help him take his master down. His new cutie pie GF. And he's not slick, basically. Because Plagueis, unfortunately for him, is not just an equal level gooner, but a high level gooner. So yeah. No, it's not really rule of three. It's more like the rule of two, but the little one always tries to find help, which is, you know, the rule of two, they're always trying to violate it. So yeah, not bad, not a bad finale. I would have liked a little more from the Sith. Does it line up with Plagueis' age? I mean, not really, but the thing about Plagueis is he's got such longevity that like him being alive an extra like 50 to 100 years totally fits. Like Plagueis, you know, his whole thing is cheating death and artificially extending his life. Like even in the novel Plagueis, he basically stops aging. So I'm not really surprised that they fudged his birth a little there. Why would they add Yoda at the end? I'm not sure. I mean, they're clearly dropping hints for episode for season 2. I'm pour one more. Pour one more before I open up Twitter. They're clearly dropping hints or threads for a season 2. And I was right that Vernestra knew Chimere. I do think they did a pretty good job of... Does Plagueis just replace Chimere with Palpatine? Probably. I mean, Plagueis probably has multiple apprentices that he tries to use. I mean, I've definitely read it many times. I'm reading it again right now, actually. I've read it probably 5 times. I'll give the finale a 7. 6.5. I could see them twisting it in the future season that Plagueis taught witches how to manipulate the Force to create twin soul numbers. Yeah, I do think that that's kind of... I do think that's kind of what they're going for here. It's actually still possible that... It's actually still possible that Chimere isn't actually a Sith. He's just a dark sider. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll read any questions you guys have. We'll go for a bit until it slows down. I mean, I could see it just being one of Plagueis' many experiments. Like, the dude was definitely definitely on some stuff. I definitely didn't hate it either. I mean, it definitely wasn't a perfect episode, but I think the concerns about the Jedi discovering the Sith were pretty well handled. Vernestra's kind of a sketchy character. There's definitely kind of a lot more going on there than she's willing to predict. I mean, that's kind of the thing. Like, everyone had a lot of you know, plot holes and shit. And, yeah, there were some, but say what you will about the show, and I've got a lot of complaints. They did a pretty good job of making sure that what initially appeared to be a plot hole was actually pretty well handled. Like, the age thing. You know, I think they handled that perfectly. Where, like, it turns out that, yeah, Osha... was too old, and the Jedi knew she was too old, and they really just trained her because it was a very rare situation, and that's fine. And the Jedi right now have no reason to believe the Sith have returned, and that was the main thing people were complaining about. How will Ki-Adi-Mundi was there for that? How, like, no, the Jedi believe that Saul, fucked around and, you know, tried to cover up basically his personal failings. That's fine. Vernestra is there's definitely a lot more going on. Where, yeah, she definitely knows what's going on. Or not fully what's going on. I don't think she knows the Sith are involved, but she definitely... It's kind of ironic where she's throwing... What's tonight's drink? We got a little Jim Beam rye. Palp's story of Plagueis sort of implies he was the apprentice, but it's not certainly as far as movie canon goes. Chimere could be the apprentice. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it implies that. It straight up says Palpatine was Plagueis' apprentice. Plagueis was the apprentice to Darth Tenebris. Tenebris to somebody else. I forget. They actually say what species Tenebrous' master was. It's another alien. It's not a human. Tenebrous master. Twi'lek. Yeah. Twi'lek. But yeah, I don't know. Like there were good parts and bad. My biggest issue, like I really like the character Saul. Saul is a phenomenal character. Because I can't say I relate to him because like I don't, but I like that he generally had the right intentions, but kind of got carried away and ended up making some mistakes. I think that's pretty compelling. Oh, Texan, yeah, you're right. I mean, the thing about the movie is it's pretty. The movie's actually. It doesn't say one way or the other whether Palpatine was actually. I don't know if we know canonically whether Plagueis was Palpatine's master, because if you listen to the speech, apparently we do know. Anyway, we don't know simply from Revenge of the Sith. Anyway, especially because Palpatine is the most unreliable narrator of all time. But obviously, books like Plagueis in the Expanded Universe made it pretty clear, and I guess it's I guess it's been made canon somewhere as well. But yeah, Brick, I'm looking at the wiki. There's something like that, but missed opportunity not to include Dagan Gera in the show. Dagan Gera was before this point because he existed when the Nihil were still out and about, so that was earlier than that. Tanalor, because the Nihil by the time of the Acolyte have been are gone. So he's in the back of the tank, just chilling. They confirm it in Tarkin. So Tarkin's kind of a weird book where I don't take anything in Tarkin necessarily as them intending to confirm it, simply because it came out so soon after the changeover. Yeah, so I got some mixed thoughts about the show. My main issue is that the Osha May storyline is not compelling. It just isn't. It's not good. And that was like a big part of the season. They kept cutting back to like I'm supposed to care about these two characters, and I just don't. I don't think the actor for them was very good. And I found the Sith stuff a lot more interesting. No. I know people hate the show, and people what you guys need to understand is that on YouTube it does not pay to have mixed feelings about a show. It does not pay for me. With this show, I could make, and I'm not exaggerating, tens of thousands of dollars by making bad videos every day about how much I hate this show. But I just don't. I don't hate it. Does it have issues? Yes, of course it does. It's got major issues, and there are parts and decisions they made that I really don't like having episode 7 be a flashback episode. But like, is it the worst thing I've ever seen? No, it's not. Is it the worst Star Wars show? No, because I think it's probably better than the Kenobi show. And the thing is, I feel like the show had really good ideas. Like, I really like the idea of I really like Saul as like a really tragic character who, I'll talk about the Book of Boba Fett in a second. I like the idea of Saul as a tragic character who fucked around and, you know, suffered because of it. And I like the idea that the Sith are using the personal failings of one Jedi to further their grand plan. Like, the Sith are using this. The Sith get an in because this one Jedi was a fucking idiot. And that's an interesting idea. And like, obviously the Sith have been interacting this whole time in the shadows. So this is another case of that. I like that. That's cool. But the book of Boba Fett, in hindsight, people need to remember. People need to go back to the book of Boba Fett to episode. It was, I think, a 7 episodes season. First of all, that's way too short. 7 episodes, way too short. It did not have time to establish a proper threat for Boba. It became. So my theory is that the book of Boba Fett, they realized it was going to take too long for Mando season 3, and Mando was such a cultural phenomenon. It was so popular for Disney. They realized they could not wait 2 years or whatever it was without another Mando season. So they basically co-opted the book of Boba Fett to shove Mando in there. I have a very controversial opinion. I think the first 5 episodes of the book of Boba Fett, or the first 4 episodes, are really fantastic. The book of Boba Fett has among the best costume design, the best visual design, just generally, I would say, set design, like the way that Mos Eisley is portrayed, I think is actually quite beautiful. And even people were fully on board, really, until through episode 6, people were on board. Episode 6 was actually, I think, a high point for the show, which I'm not sure if people remember, because Luke was in that episode and Cad Bane was in that episode as well. But the finale was just bad. The finale was bad. And yeah. That was, I think, the main kind of strike against. The Book of Boba Fett had some of the most impressive visual designs in all of Star Wars TV. Like the ring that they introduced the Mando on in Episode 5, the Mandalorian on Episode 5. That to me is like clearly a hint that what we saw there was meant for some other show. Because like they have this massive 3D, fully rendered ring with all these details, and they use it for 5 minutes. Clearly, that was meant to be the intro point for Mando season 3. I think that's obvious, and they fucked it up. And I don't like what they did with Grogu, and what's frustrating is that hurt not only Mando season 3 or Book of Boba Fett season 1, but also Mando season 3 got completely fucked up. So yeah. I didn't mind the Luke and Ahsoka moments. I didn't love Grogu going back. I thought that was a mistake. The Mandalorian, like, Grogu was not needed for this most recent season of The Mandalorian. He just wasn't. Yeah, so there's something weird going on with Kamir's age here, for sure. Mandalorian is about the Mandalorian. That's true. Although Baby Yoda's been in since episode 1. There's a few episodes where he was gone, but mostly. Yeah, Plagueis was in the Goon Cave. He was. Plagueis was was spent. That's why he came out like this, because he hadn't seen. He hadn't seen light in a long time. He was like Randy when he's covered in his own jism. Yeah. Okay. So I'll talk about Plagueis. So I think it's pretty clear that. Well, I guess I shouldn't say pretty clear, but my interpretation of it is that Plagueis does not. Chimere does not know that Plagueis is in his goon cave, watching him. He's clearly plotting against him, in my opinion, because the show, like, listen, you say, you can say what you will about the show, and there's a lot. It clearly understands the lore. The show understands the lore. It just does. Like, they've went out of their way to make sure that all the little issues weren't violated. They changed some of it, like the age of some of these characters, but whatever. So they're familiar with the rule of two. So when it's showing you a Sith Lord or a Sith in Chimere, and then what is obviously a Sith Lord, that guy in the cave, and then also a Sith apprentice, it's not trying to show you that there's three Sith. It's trying to show you that, hey, something's not right here. Chimere thinks he's being slick and sneaky and getting an apprentice of his own or an acolyte to help take on the guy in the Goon Cave, but in reality, no, the guy in the Goon Cave is fully aware of what's happening. So, yeah. And obviously, based on what we know from Palpatine, Chimere's plot does not come to fruition. So, I guess lore failure, I mean, I wouldn't say there were a ton of lore failures. Biggest lore failure. See, my issues were more with like the storytelling than the actual lore. And like fans are getting a lot wrong. Like fans were freaking out because how is the Jedi are going to know the Sith exists because this happens? Well, no, it's an 8-part season. Watch all 8 episodes before freaking the fuck out. And I think like whether you like the show or not, and I'm obviously quite mixed on it. Like I think that watch 8 episodes and you kind of find out that they thought it through. The lore is fine. The lore is not the problem. The problem is like directing, I think like overall plot, like the fact that Osha and May are like the essential part of the show, and like I'm often forgetting which one is which, and like I don't care. That to me is like the main issue with the show. The lore is good. Like to me, she obviously quite likes the lore, but like the other parts are bad. Like, yeah, Plagueis, like, based on the novel, maybe the timeline is wrong, but, like, the novel is no longer canon, and, like, the whole novel is about how Darth Venomous, for one, is never a true apprentice, but the whole novel is about how Plagueis is all about life extension, so, yeah, it's fine that he's alive. But yeah, the emotional beats didn't strike for me. I agree, Tim. I'm gonna write a tweet about it. Now that the Acolyte, or at least season 1, is over, comma, it seems pretty clear to me that the issue was not misunderstanding the lore. There were explanations for pretty much every issue fans had. There were good explanations, in fact. The far bigger issue was that I don't give a shit about the twins. LOL. That's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Will we get a season 2? I don't think so. But I don't know. Crystal bleeding was cool. I like that. Even though I will say, like, generally, I'm not a big fan of crystal bleeding. I think it's a little goofy. But yeah. I mean, it was in Jedi Survivor, and now we got it again here. Yeah, Plagueis is interesting. Because he looks creepy as fuck. What I'm going to say is they did that so the audience would know he's a bad guy. It's very possible we see Plagueis in season 2 or in a comic or in a book, and he is not described as, well, he'll always be gone, but he might not have creepy orange eyes and a little weird, and they're doing that so people know, hey, that's the Sith in the cave. It's not his goon partner. I may go get some cereal or something. Need some Plagueis explanation videos? Ask what you want. I love Darth Plagueis is probably my favorite Star Wars novel, other than maybe I really Plagueis is just phenomenal. It doesn't feel like Star Wars in the same way the original Thrawn trilogy does. But now we know. I mean, technically we don't know because I checked the credits and it doesn't say Plagueis. So, is She-Hulk getting a season 2? My other controversial opinion is I actually like She-Hulk. It's just like it needs to exist as like She-Hulk was 8 episodes long, I think, and like it's supposed to be like a sitcom. Like She-Hulk is a fine show to throw on when I used to watch it when I was on my Peloton. And I liked that they would bring in these like random characters from like deep from like some random 1960s Marvel comic run. I like that. But the problem is people were treating it like a serious show, and I understand that because when you get an 8-episode show and like they're trying to tell a story, like I don't know, it doesn't work. But like I don't know. Favorite Sith besides Plagueis and why? Favorite Sith. I wish I was more into the Old Republic because I like the Eternal like Valkorion's pretty cool. But favorite Sith. Favorite Sith. That's a good question. White Eyes is pretty cool. You guys know White Eyes? Lumaya is a pretty cool Sith. I don't really like her so much because of. I like that they made Lumaya work where she existed in a comic from the. I can't remember if her comic was in the late 70s or the early 80s. But I like that Lumaya existed in a comic and then popped up in books later, and I think she's got a cool design too, where she's like basically Lady Darth Vader. Trey's good too. Oh yeah, I like Treya and Nihilus and Scion. They're all pretty cool. I'm definitely due for a KOTOR 2 replay. I've only beat KOTOR 2 maybe twice, maybe just once actually. If you guys want, I could do a playthrough on the channel. If you guys are interested. Is Plo Koon alive during the Acolyte? No, I don't think. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know if we know how long Keldor lived. Malgus is cool. Malgus has a very cool design. It's my favorite thing about Malgus. Yeah, Plagueis is like constantly restoring his body. Where like, yeah, like he's even in the even at the beginning of the novel, which I think takes place like, I want to say it's 60 BBY. The beginning of the novel, he's already like quite old but young. Like I think at the beginning of the novel it says something like he had been training with Tenebris longer than most people are alive, which like I don't know if we know his exact birthday, but basically he'd been alive, like he'd been training with Tenebris for 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, for a long time. I don't know. I don't know enough about. My guess is we don't get Acolyte season 2, simply because we know that Disney is moving away from streaming back towards movies, which I don't know. I think like is kind of a shame. People are harsh on these shows, which yes, makes sense, but also I feel like people would be a little less harsh if there were movies coming out. Is Moon the species? Yeah, he's a Moon, not a Powan. I don't know if there were any Powan Sith Lords in the Star Wars Invasion comics. There's a which Corey and I just read on Tapcaf Transmissions. There is a Powan Jedi though, which is pretty cool. But I don't know if there's ever any Powan Sith Lords, which... Powan Sith Lord. Which, I mean, they're like... I guess the Grand Inquisitor, he's a Powan, right? But yeah, Sandhill. So, like, Corey and I were discussing whether who we thought would show up, and oh yeah, Darth Desilus from he was he Force Unleashed? My main argument for Plagueis not showing up was that Sand Hill looks so fucking goofy in the Revenge of the Sith that I don't know whether they'll be able to make it work, and I think they did. I don't think that as he appears in the show, he can carry a full show or a full whatever himself. But all right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. I gotta take a leak. I'll be right back. Thank you for chat. Special Jesus. Special stream today because not only do we have Murphy involved, but also I think one of the top 10 cutest dogs ever. Remy, what do you guys think? She's a good girl. Usually, she's usually in bed by 8 o'clock every night. So she's hanging out tonight for a bit, which is nice. I've told this story before, but when I started my YouTube channel back in say 2018, I was working as a lawyer. I was in Toronto, and I had a very small apartment. It was a condo actually we rented, but so I'll call it an apartment. 450 feet. And I kind of wonder, like, how many people who are around back at the very beginning are still subscribed and interact with my channel. But I used to stream Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Star Wars Force Arena gameplay. And there was one stream, because I used to stream off my phone. I didn't have a mic, I didn't have a computer even. I had a little laptop that I edit my videos on, but when I streamed, I would just stream off my phone with gameplay capture and just using the mic on my Galaxy S10, I believe it was. And one day, my apartment was so small that I was taking a leak, and I couldn't mute my mic, and the entire like 15 people that were on my stream heard me taking a leak. So now whenever I stream, I always mute myself, and I almost always forget to turn it back on. So yeah, that's my lesson learned early on. Now I've got like a multi-thousand-dollar setup. It's very different. Yeah, Arnold also went lawyer to Star Wars Galaxy of Hero. I started out Star Wars Force Arena. And then I moved, because this was before The Last Jedi came out. So I moved to just lore, and I blew up really quickly. So my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, mother of my children, she moved back to Halifax, where I am now. So because she was a nurse, and we knew that after I'd finished my contract, my lawyering contract, that we wanted to come back. So she moved back ahead of me, and I kept working, and she didn't know that, like, I had nothing to do because I had no money. I was like earning a decent wage, but like we were in a really nice area of Toronto. I was earning a nice wage, but like I did not have money. Like I don't think I drank that entire year. I ate out like once every 3 weeks. Didn't go out certainly, so I had 2 side hustles. First, I wrote resumes for people, and then secretly I started doing YouTube, and I didn't tell her. And then before I moved back, I was like, I gotta tell her now. So I messaged her. I was like, Kelsey, I started a YouTube channel, and she was like, what? And by that point, I had almost like probably 40,000 subscribers, because my channel grew really quickly. And then by that December, I think December I hit 100,000, and then January I hit 150, and then soon after I hit 200, and like I was making it like a really good chunk of change because The Last Jedi had came out. So I was like, let me try this. Let me try doing YouTube instead of getting a lawyer job, because I had just gotten I got to the final stages of an interview for a job I really wanted, a clerkship, and I didn't get it. So like, let me try. Boring story, but that is the story. I'm glad I made that decision too. I have no idea on why the Kylo theme was included. No idea. No idea. Do you remember your college days? I mean, yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I started university in 2010, I guess. And I went all the way until 2016 was when I finished. I don't know, Jahil. I mean, we had the same issue with Solo, right? They obviously set up some big threads that never got continued, or at least haven't yet. Fat girl. Fat girl. Well, shouldn't like that. I mean, I'd like a season 2 at this point. Like, I'm not gonna say no to any. I don't think it was like completely unwatchable. If I was at the point where I didn't want a season 2, I would simply just not watch it, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, that's what these YouTubers don't tell you. If you don't want a season 2, don't watch it. And even if you do watch it, it's, 1 hour a week. So, yeah, I mean, I want a season 2 as most things. Obviously, there's a point where, Lucasfilm doesn't have infinite resources, so, I would rather Book of Boba Fett season 2. I'd rather Ahsoka season 2. I'd rather Mando season 4. But yeah. I mean, Plagueis at some point does have to kill Chimere. That's kind of the right? Because we know Chimere is not his final apprentice, so. Alright, we're going to end this stream in about 5 minutes, because I got to get to work. Yeah, show needed to be longer. I needed to care more about the girls. I just didn't. What'd you have for supper, Charlie? Yeah, Tap Calf tomorrow. I mean, I quite liked Ahsoka. I thought Ahsoka was good, except for the finale. Again, I thought episode 7 of Ahsoka was really, really, really good. 6 and 7 really were pretty good. I think it was 6, maybe 5. Two out of 10, fair enough. They even played Plagueis' music from Revenge of the Sith. To check that out. That's like the thing too, where like they avoided all dress. Are you all in on all dress, Charlie? I had Harvey's for supper tonight. The first thing I ate all day. Stuck on the side of the highway for about an hour. But to be fair, Thrawn only showed up in the second to last episode, right? So. I personally thought he was good, but I get it. No, Chimera doesn't know Plagueis was there. In my opinion. Ugh. I mean, I didn't really get it fixed. So what happened was there's like a boot. Well, it's not a boot. There's an area under. I got a van, right? So, my tire was under. I've actually had a flat tire before, and I know how to change a tire, no problem. So I changed it. I got a new tire. I put the one back, and the little piece of wood that the tire goes under, which is under the floorboard, got stuck, and I couldn't get it up. I think the latch broke. Anyway, I couldn't get it off. So I was on the side of the road, and I could not get it off. So, and I was trying to pick my son up from summer camp. So my dad ended up having to pick him up. We were really late. He drove by me on the way. He dropped off his toolkit, and I was able to get it open. And then I jacked the car up, or the van up, which takes a while. A van takes longer to jack up than a car. And then after I got the lug nuts off, the fucking tire was stuck on. So again, if it's a car, it's not a big deal. Usually it's pretty easy to get the tire iron against the body. But with a van, it's more difficult. Thankfully, so what I had to do was lie down under the car. I put one nut back on, and I kicked the tire off. All this as traffic is fucking speeding by me. Very frightening. But thankfully, and this was nice, an RCMP officer pulled up behind me, and he put his lights on. So that was nice because the cars slowed down. Yeah. Yoda gets naughty with Jedi Master bald bitch equals Grogu. I think you're talking about Vernestra. Could be. So yeah, so I've got the donut on now, Charlie, and the thing is, I bought top of the line fucking tires too. I bought Michelin, like the most, honestly, among the best tires you can get. So hopefully they're under warranty, but often if a tire just spontaneously fails, it doesn't fall under their warranty. So yeah, we'll see, I guess. I mean, I'd like a season 2 that's a bit more Sith focused. I don't agree. I didn't buy Michelin P4s. Was Michelin what were they? I feel like they were called S2s, maybe. Maybe I'm just thinking of Ahsoka season 2. Was Michelin? Fuck, what were they? Can't remember. Michelin Defender. It was Michelin Defender 2. That's what it was called. Yeah, I'll do a poll. Good idea. All right. Yeah, they're all seasons. I mean, my understanding is that the Defender 2 is a good tire. But I don't know a whole lot about tires also. Oh, fuck. Right back. Right back. Ugh. Murphy, you're in charge. Yeah, CDF. I meant the best for like consumer, like ordinary consumer tires. The best tires you put on a van. Which I do have. I've got a Honda Odyssey. Which, I don't know. It's not that great. Terrible mileage. I bought $110 in it today. It'll probably last me a week. I do also drive the shit out of it. Like, my son's in camp right now. So I gotta drive him. I gotta drive my son. It's like probably it's 35 minutes. So I gotta go there and back twice a day because he's at this camp right now that's in the middle of nowhere. It's like on a farm. He has to hang out with animals and shit. He got attacked by a turkey. I mean, my wife has a hybrid, and she's filled it up 3 times. Actually, twice. She's going to be on her 3rd soon. How do you feel about Darth Plagueis? Really good. Skeleton Crew is live action. Jude Law is in it. There's going to be an Ortolan, like the one right there. Hey, Murph. You guys want to see my office? I think we'll end the stream in a minute. Read Plagueis. Plagueis is so much better than the Bane trilogy. I think the Bane trilogy is overrated as fuck. Yeah, I mean, Pappy, it seemed to be a bit of a trickata. I was calling it. Yeah, Plagueis knows his apprentice is stepping out on him. I would agree with that, Edgy. I think the first... I mean, I wouldn't say that the first Bane is a masterpiece. I think it's pretty good. They do go downhill, though. It's just, like, it's a little too, like, video gamey for me. And a little too, like... I don't want to be, dismissive, but it's, like, almost too edgy. Where it's, like, Bane, I feel like I never fully... I don't know. I think Skeleton Crew is supposed to come out before the end of the year, but I'm not positive. Yeah, Skeleton Crew does seem like it's going... So my theory for Skeleton Crew is that they've described it as like a Lost from Home story. My theory is that when they make that big jump to Peridia, it probably fucks up local space. And probably fucks up local space and sweeps some people along with them, including the Skeleton Crew. Alright, guys, we're going to end that. We're going to end it here. Thanks for all the donations. I'll go ahead and read the super chatters. Yeah, well, we only had... Sorry. That sounds ungrateful. We had Joel, Mike, and Arnold. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. I will be doing a full review, breakdown of the episode. Probably come out tomorrow. Doing clips on the X Clips channel. Make sure you guys are following us over on Bovine Clips, which is the new gaming clips channel we started. X Clips for Star Wars clips. We've got Ek for Star Wars or for hockey content, and Professor X for Marvel, The Boys, and more. But that's all I got. See you guys later. Bye bye.